Immune responses are traditionally classified as adaptive and innate immune system. The major cellular constituents of both innate and adaptive immunity originate in bone marrow, where they differentiate from multipotent hematopoietic stem cells along several pathways to become granulocytes, lymphocytes, and APCs. There are two types of adaptive immunity, called humoral immunity and cell-mediated immunity. Humoral immunity is mediated by proteins called antibodies, which are produced by cells called B lymphocytes. Secreted antibodies enter the circulation and mucosal fluids, and they tend to neutralize and eliminate microbes and microbial toxins that are present outside host cells. One of the most important features of antibodies is to stop microbes that are present at mucosal surfaces and in the blood from gaining access to and colonizing host cells and connective tissues. In this way, antibodies prevent infections from ever being established. Antibodies cannot gain access to microbes that live and divide inside infected cells. Defense against such intracellular microbes is called cell-mediated immunity because it is mediated by cells, which are called T lymphocytes. Some T lymphocytes activate phagocytes to destroy microbes that have been ingested by the phagocytes into intracellular vesicles. Other T lymphocytes kill any type of host cells that are harboring infectious microbes in the cytoplasm. In both cases, the T cells recognize microbial antigens that are displayed on host cell surfaces. Properties of adaptive immune responses. Specificity is the ability to distinguish between many different antigens. It implies that the total collection of lymphocyte specificities, sometimes called the lymphocyte repertoire. Diversity enables the immune system to respond to a large variety of antigens. Clonal expansion increases the number of antigen-specific lymphocytes from a small number of naive lymphocytes. Non-reactivity to self prevents injury to the host during responses to foreign antigens. Memory. The adaptive immune system mounts larger and more effective responses to repeated exposures to the same antigen. This feature of adaptive immune responses implies that the immune system remembers exposure to antigen, and this property of adaptive immunity is therefore called immunologic memory. The response to the first exposure to antigen, called the primary immune response, is initiated by lymphocytes called naive lymphocytes that are seeing antigen for the first time. The term naive refers to these cells being immunologically inexperienced, not having previously responded to antigens. Subsequent encounters with the same antigen lead to responses called secondary immune responses that usually are more rapid, larger, and better able to eliminate the antigen than primary responses. All immune responses are self-limited and decline as the infection is eliminated, allowing the system to return to a resting state, prepared to respond to another infection. Do not forget to like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel.